I got to bring, talk about another Sanford OG here. He is the executive chef for Hollerbach's German restaurant, The Joint, and Burgerbach, and just as important, the creator of the Zouain's chopped cheese. Give it up for my homie, Chef Patrick. What up, Chef?
You say it's John
Gyllin. Bye, John. Love you.
John's got to go to Jacksonville now.
Oh, he's got to do a Jackson. See, that guy's always on the move. He was on the phone when he got here.
He was on a meeting. He was standing there on a meeting on the phone still. He's like, sorry, still going to a meeting.
Dude, I love the fact that he came out here, man. That makes me feel so special. And like, you know, and Joe is over here. Joe, I think, came out here from like what, Daytona? You said. Yeah, she drove here from Daytona to come and hang, and I'm very happy.
I came from Sanford.
And shout out to our two friends that came out here. That like I said, I didn't expect anybody to come out here. I just kind of, you know. But anyway,
pressure now.
You know, exactly. Now I got pressure. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good,
dude. I want you to know that I have fasted all day because after I'm done here, I'm having my chopped cheese.
I was going to say, it's been a minute. You've been on the wings lately.
I've been on a wing kick for like on Saturdays. I like having. I'm a creature of habit. You know how this is.
Same, buddy. Same.
You and I are. We've talked about this. We're exactly like in the sense that we have routines that we like to keep. And at some point, I will switch it back to the chopped cheese. But I got to do these wings, man. These wings.
It works.
Shout out Christoph. Those wings are delicious. So, dude. You've been here. You've been the executive chef for. You've been with Hollerbach for 20 years.
I've been with Hollerbach. January was 20 years.
That is insane,
dude. A little bit over that.
I'm so sad that I was not here 19. for the surprise.
Oh my God! Yeah,
dude,
that was the most amazing,
was so cool.
Amazing thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Besides my kids and my wife, but like,
dude, that was
honestly,
so awesome.
It might have been cooler.
I'm not telling your wife that. So yeah, dude, that was so good. I watched it online, obviously, because I was in Phoenix, but it was really cool to see. And one of the things about Hollerbach that I really dig is the fact that there are so many people that have been there for so long. And to me, what tells what a good business is how many people have been there like that are OGs.
Sure. And it's one of the things that makes us unique, and I think it's why we work, is because you kind of had to be there from the beginning to get what it really is sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's enough of us that get what it is still, that it still works.
So what brought you to, like, your family is from Sanford, right?
So yes. So my grandma graduated Seminole High School in like 47. She was born in Belglade. So we're just Florida. I'm sixth generation Floridian. So
okay.
But she was born in Belglade. Her mom died when she was like a week old, so she got sent to her grandparents' house, who lived in Sanford.
Okay.
The husband worked for the railroad company, actually. So they lived in Sanford, and she had two sisters that were her nieces.
Okay.
It was I don't know.
So you.
But since then, my great uncle was a fire chief of Sanford in the late 70s and 80s.
Okay, yeah. So you can't get much more OG than
their bedroom was where the Walgreens drive-through is right now.
Wow,
They sold to Walgreens and moved to Country Club Road.
So they sold what? So the Walgreens was a house.
That was all houses across from the carousel guy. That's always been there.
Oh wow, that's insane.
They were the second house in on Laurel.
Okay.
So we're Laurel, Elm, Myrtle, Park, Oak, Palmetto.
That's crazy that you have all of that. Yeah. That you have all of that memorized, but it makes sense because you're from here. Yeah. So do you have a?
I was born in Sanford. I grew up in Oviedo.
Okay.
But then I've been here for 20 years. So that I was a kid, and then I started working here, as far as I know.
I was a kid, and then I started working. That sounds about right. I think that there is a The thing about Sanford is having so many people that were here and that have seen the transformation to what it is today.
Sure.
What is like to you? What is the depicting, like? What's the?
I don't know. So when we were talking about what we're going to talk about, I started thinking, and like, to me, Sanford has always been a food town because I grew up in Oviedo.
Okay.
But we drove over here to go to Shoney's. because we didn't have that.
Okay.
We drove over here to go to Quincy's because we didn't have food.
So Food Town. Okay, so that's what you mean by Food Town. Okay.
And to shout out Townhouse in Oviedo, great, best country fried steak. I think. But,
Really?
But that's what we had over there in Big John's, which I did eat every day for breakfast.
Big John's. Which one's Big John's?
Big John's is gone. It's behind where the new post office was. It's an intersection now. It was attached to the old Oviedo Motel.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's old school.
Yeah.
So
But we would come over here to do that stuff and to go to Big Dip and get a greasy spoon burger and a peanut butter shake.
Yeah.
And
God, that sounds good.
The romance we used to do for Easter, Valentine's Day. It's what's it called now? The paddle boat Barber Lee.
Yeah.
It was called the Romance, and then the
River Ship Romance. I remember the River Ship.
So
I used to DJ at the River Ship Romance.
Like that's OG been doing it.
That's cool.
So again, to me, it's always been about food, I guess, kind of. So it makes sense for me now that people come here for food.
Yeah,
because I've always come here for food.
But it's not the same. Like it's not the same food. Like it was then greasy spoon stuff like that. Now it's like straight up foodie. Like.
So
on the table, mom and pop, like
somebody,
still mom and pop.
Somebody I should remember, but I don't remember who told me the story. But they're like, Dad would stay in Sanford, and like a point of eating in Sanford is where, what's the recent thing that just opened there? Posey's Supper Club or whatever. Where the Chinese restaurant was back in the day. It was like a steakhouse back in the day. He stayed in Sanford, and like that was the reason why, was because of that steakhouse and the food. So again, being the port, the first place where stuff got off the boat, it makes sense that this is where all the activity was.
Well, that is what it like when we have when we talk about like it being one of the only two rivers that flow north, like and the other one being the Nile River. Like I didn't know that. I flat out like,
and we both got crocodiles. Go figure.
Yeah. Do you think is it causation? Is it
Pangea, bro?
It's Pangea. Did you smoke before you got here? No. So when it comes to food, when did you see it go from Shoney's Greasy Spoon to Foodie? Because I only remember like places like Hollerbach, places like Stone's Throw Bistro.
Shout out Rich.
Yeah, shout out Chef Rich, man. Great steak. What a great steak.
And then Marco Dino's.
And then Marco Dino's.
Where I had my wedding reception.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Dude, Marco Dino's. Well, Marco Dino's and Stone's Throw, same chef, right?
It's Rich.
Yeah, it's all Chef Rich. But yeah, so like that's when I remember.
I can't say that. Everybody else can say it.
What? Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, so Chef Pat doesn't want to gloat, but he said, Joe said that when Hollerbach came to town was when everything changed. That's when we became a food. Look, this place is a top 10 German restaurant in the country. Like it's not the world. Is it the world or the country? See, he doesn't want to. He's like,
frankly, not that I don't care, but that's not why we're doing it.
No,
that's not. We just do what we do.
That's right there. See, that's why he's an OG. That's
cool,
why
good,
he's
like good. That's great. I don't.
Yeah.
More pressure. Those awards make walls heavy. Just so you know.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that the Zouain's chopped cheese once a month. Because you also do the menu here at the Joint and Burgerbach, and I can tell you that no less than once a month, I get a text message.
And
hey man,
airport. I
had the Zouain's chopped cheese.
I see you get tagged
every
and then
time.
You shout it out. I love it.
Yeah, dude. So I'm.
Zouain's our favorite free press that we can ever get most of the time with his wing shout outs or smash burger shout outs.
It's so good though. Like I only shout out stuff that I really enjoy.
I feel that, man.
Regardless, obviously you guys are friends, so I love you guys, and I want to make sure that you guys get the love that you deserve. But like, if it's mid, like I said before, if a place sponsors this show, and their empanadas are mid, but their pernil is out of this world, I'm gonna talk about their pernil. But I can tell you honestly and truly that I've not had a bad dish at any of your spots.
Thank you.
So shout out to you for that. So let me ask you something. What the is a grease trap?
So a grease trap, a grease interceptor, is something big or small.
Okay.
Now, more so big now. They don't like the small ones. They're making those go away.
Okay.
But it slows down the flow of water with fat, soils, and grease, fogs. I hope Hope sees this, and I hope that she tells me I get this right, because all I want in life is to make Hope happy. And it slows down the flow of the water. And it's a tank. Can people see? It's a tank, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it's got chambers, right? And because it slows down in this big chamber, the fat has time to separate.
Yep.
To the top. Mm-hmm. And then the water that's separated gets to go out the pipe on the bottom.
Okay.
And it saves your outgoing line and your sewer from collecting a lot of grease and stuff when it gets back to the city plant or through the sewer lines.
That's good. That's a good thing. We can all agree that's a good thing, right?
And then a grease trap company, same kind of like septic, like those kind of people, they come and literally take their big vat truck and slurp it out.
Interesting.
Based on capacity, based on usage. So I will say, I think we probably have a little bit. Ours is a little bit bigger, and we use it a little bit more. So
I can imagine
we got to get it emptied a little more.
You're a big operation. But here's my question: the reason I ask that is because apparently, and this is just the little bit of here. I'm the DJ, so I don't deal with food. I don't deal with any of that. But I hear that there's a grease trap thing that apparently is preventing multi-million-dollar businesses from opening up. Is that I don't see it. Yeah, you don't know. That's why I'm saying.
I know that there's a bigger sewer issue in Sanford that could be just a part of it and some connectivity and stuff.
Okay.
But I don't see how that in and of itself would be the holdup.
Yeah, So that's one of the things that. Yeah, you are very political, and I love you for it.
I don't do politics.
No, I know.
And I don't do religion.
It's not about politics. It's about. I just want to know what the hell a grease trap is and why it takes so long.
Grease traps are good things, and
I agree with you.
Hope has the best intent of the city and the city's water system with anything that she tells us, and I just try to do that.
Okay, cool. I just want to know what the hell.
I'm also like John was talking about earlier. I'm pro environment. I'm pro green space, and the more we can do to save all that bullshit from going into the water, really.
Yeah, and so that's the big thing with stuff like that is red tape. Unnecessary red tape is what I personally am not a big fan of.
You want a little more behind the curtain stuff on
yes,
that?
I want to know why
it's not only grease traps.
Okay.
They also check your pH balance of your water.
Okay.
Because that also all goes back to the city's treatment plants.
Okay.
And that messes up their system if your water is too acidic or not acidic. So let's just say if you dump a lot of sauerkraut juice or red cabbage juice,
who would do
or
that?
Vinegar,
who does that kind of stuff?
Or any soda or beer leftovers that have to go down the drain, like anything like that is extra acidic. So it messes your pH balance up, and you got to pay a little bit extra.
Wow.
For that.
Okay.
If anybody has a solution to properly, I've asked. I got nowhere, and this is serious because I care about the environment.
Of course.
What is the best way to dispose of hundreds and hundreds of gallons of acidic product?
So I didn't do chemistry, but I did take a chemistry class one time, and I was told that that bases. That you can just add base to acid.
Just start dumping baking soda.
Yeah, just start baking soda. You start throwing what I'm saying is that I want to find a solution to these problems.
So one of my proposals was, you guys have all played with water balloons before, right?
Yes.
So take trash bags and fill them up with all the juice, and then put them in the dumpster nicely. That way, when the dump truck comes and he's got a lot of that's the sound it would make. Sauerkraut juice water balloons, and then the water will leak down out of the truck through the streets and get into the sewer system. I'm like, I don't think that's a good option.
I'm isolating that.
Option two is I have to get a receptacle and I have to drain it and store it myself, which is fine.
Okay.
But then what the answer I can't get is, where do I go dispose of that? The dump won't just go take a big I hear I need to come dump my wet. Like, I don't know. Like,
I think
we compost. We compost most of our food scraps. Like, we're trying to do that to keep it out of the dumps. We have specific cardboard dumps. We keep all our boxes separate. Like, we're trying here.
Yeah, and so
I'm a smartass, but I'm serious. What is the best way to do it, please?
Yeah, and I think that there is something also to be said with the fact that we're attracting more people in this town.
Sure. The busier that we are, the busier that everybody is, it's great.
It's a good thing, but we also need to invest in it.
I bought my house here, right?
Exactly. You want to. The problem is that there's no, or there should be more investing. If you're gonna service more people, you need more of that.
And I know they're working on it. We've had a project going on in the alley I think it's for lift station. I believe they started in June, July. The fence is up, and there's people here sometimes, so I know it's going to be there one day. So that's good.
Yeah, I think that we have a lot to that we need to fix. But we have a lot that we already have that's really, really good.
Sure.
And the more people that we attract, and when it comes to downtown, if you listen to downtown Orlando, if you look at downtown Orlando, all of the people that were partying in downtown Orlando are now partying here in Sanford.
For sure.
I know that.
I'm so sad we can't get this hotel on the lake.
Oh my God, dude!
With an actual hotel instead of a church or something like that.
Could you imagine?
I thought it was going to happen once. That it got sold and something happened, but then
yeah, I think that we have a responsibility to use this town. Like, look at the water, dude.
Sure.
Like, I am spoiled every single week.
It's great
by being able to go on the water. And
we love it. I lived in Orange City for a few years, just because houses were pretty cheap back in the day.
Yeah. Well, Orange City is still not.
We
not
still
really
moved
expensive.
back. We moved back over here because that was our goal, and still is the goal. Can I chime in on the mall thing for a second? I wrote it on my phone.
Okay.
So also a mall kid.
Okay, yeah. Wait, which mall story?
Well,
the one about repurposing.
Yeah, about repurposing this.
Yeah.
But again, just want to throw back a mall kid. Oviedo Mall was the superior new mall in the day, with the FIE, with the arcade, the triple Foot Locker, the big slide thing.
Okay.
The movie theater that was top notch, that everybody came to the movie theater.
The Oviedo Marketplace Mall movie theater was good.
Theater.
Yeah, that was good.
And that was the hangout when it happened.
So for me, it was always Altamont. When I moved here from Dominican Republic, that's where I would meet my little girlfriends at the Altamont Mall. And
mine was Oviedo, yeah.
Yeah. My mom would drop me off, and an hour later, maybe,
so you're driving around.
I'm walking around the mall, holding hands with this little white girl, and she goes, "Why can't you date a nice Spanish girl?" This was the 90s, so you could say that. The mall was a place where you could hang out. That was actually a third space. That was a good third space. And in fact, if you took the Seminole Town Center Mall and used part of that as that type of third space,
sure, some
phenomenal.
of it, yes. And I think so. My wife's a city planner.
Yeah.
So I get to hear some of that side of stuff. And
you get to hear the other side of things.
So
hey, all right.
That's why I also have to be real careful.
Yeah. Well, you didn't tell me that, bro. Of course.
I got talked to about some things I said online the other night.
Whoopsie.
I'm my own person, and I stand by what I say.
Hey, attaboy.
But I think that repurposing things for walkable, livable areas is great, with retail, with shopping, with food, with apartments, with green space for that. Lake Nona is pretty solid with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oviedo with Oviedo on the Park is a pretty good area. It's goodish. It could be better, but it's goodish.
It's good adjacent.
They have their little amphitheater thing where they do some stuff, which I think is
that
cool.
amphitheater idea, man.
But they've got a rec center with the pool and stuff. Not like we've got a big park and a lake down here that would hold it or anything.
Joe is screaming from. We used to have one.
Yeah, the band shell out on that's what the thing was called. What is the thing? The peninsula thing.
Where Veterans Memorial Park is.
That peninsula on the end where it's round, like the one one in Daytona.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow.
That was at the 90s. Was that the 80s? Yeah, I remember it.
Wow. So. Man, and so the new band shell. The new band shell that they're talking about, though, it's over where the grass is, right there next to the is that where they were talking about? Yeah, oh, in Fort Mellon Park, okay.
The park?
I thought that's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
I thought it was like past the pond.
On the other side, past the pond, between Mayfair.
Oh, okay. The Mayfair. Talk about another place that I want to buy. I want to turn that place into my own house.
Or whatever, this big empty lot that we got over here now.
Yeah. No, all of these places, there's so much that we can, that we can.
The Pico building.
One of the things that, you know what?
My favorite building.
You want to know what, one thing that I want to do is I want to have a segment. And there's going to be a couple segments here that, actually Christina, where the hell is Christina? She came up with a really good bit that I'm going to be using. Poli-Sci Theater 3000. It's going to be amazing. If you've ever watched Mystery Science Theater 3000, it's going to be the same thing, except we're going to be talking about local city government, and that's going to be fun. I'm excited about that. But another thing that I want to do is I want to do a segment called Sanford and Sanford. And Sanford and Sanford is going to be me reaching out to, or maybe even traveling to, other Sanfords in the country.
There's Sanford, North Carolina.
There's one in Colorado.
Is there Sanford in Maine or something too?
Yeah, somewhere in New England, I think there is. So we're going to do Sanford and Sanford. There's a few other things that I want to.
Let me know, Zouain.
Yeah, no, trust me, I'm going to be
Sanford's native son.
So yeah, no, we're going to have a lot of really cool. A lot of really cool segments like that, and it's going to be activism. It's going to be activism, but it's also going to be entertainment. It's also going to be everything else, and hopefully, we have we can make a little bit of change in this town, a little bit of positive change, a little bit of good trouble, maybe. So
got to start where you can control, man.
Exactly.
You got to start locally if you expect to get anything done.
We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and when we come back, I'm going to try to talk to Christina Hollerbach. I don't know.
Busiest lady in Sanford
she
sometimes.
Is so busy. We have a conversation due about what happened on Monday. So we're going to be back.
Glad I'm out for that.
Yeah, I know you are.
And thanks for having me on again, too.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out Chef Pat, the Zouain's Chopped Cheese, still going strong at the joint, Burgerbach. And, of course, Hollerbach's German restaurant. Thanks, buddy. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back. And we're going to talk to Christina, hopefully.